It's Window Wandering Wednesday with views from around the world and opinions from yours truly. It's the Joe Show. It's the Joe Show! With me, Joe. That's right, you know how we do this on Wednesdays already. I open up windows from around the world using a website called windowswap.com, and then I read news headlines from tech, startup, science, anything interesting, and make some comments about it. Let's learn about what's going around in the world and also look out around the world. Our first window is here in Braga, Portugal. It's probably not how you pronounce that. Nice, looks like sunset, I'm guessing. Love the colors here. The colors in this window are really quite vibrant. The tan building looks really good against the sunset, even though we got a crane in the background. Clearly some construction going on. I like that this is a camera on a windowsill. This is a nice little look into Portugal. Looks like a clear day outside. Nice view. Let's hop into some headlines. First thing I'm seeing here is a programming story, and it says, I reverse engineered McDonald's internal API from a Twitter thread that somebody put up there. McBroken is a service built by @Rashik that exploits McDonald's internal API to create a map that shows up-to-date information on which US locations have broken down ice cream machines. So you can never go I was going to say Frosty-less. Let's try that again. So you can never go McFlurry-less again. They got those McFlurries over in McDonald's. That Butterfinger McFlurry, I used to love that. Or the Oreo one, or really M&M's one. I haven't had a McFlurry in years. Tried to cut out sugar, but man, McFlurries were delicious. Although I never think they had Reese's Pieces McFlurries. And those, I mean, Reese's Pieces are like the best candy, for sure. Reese's Pieces for the win. Let's click on this, though, and see what's actually happening over on Rashik's Twitter thread. Here we go, Rashik. We got to leave Portugal for a minute. He tweeted for the McBroken service, which shows which McDonald's have broken ice cream machines. Rashik says, I reverse engineered McDonald's internal API, and I'm currently placing an order worth $18,000 every minute at every McDonald's in the US to figure out which locations have a broken ice cream machine. And then he replies to himself, and it says, I'm sorry to the McDonald's data analyst. I'm afraid I'm ruining your entire mobile conversion rate for my own personal amusement. He also notes, it's incredible to me that a $5 digital ocean box can serve traffic for 200,000 unique visitors, and yet there are startups out there who deploy their landing pages with Kubernetes. I think that is some sort of expensive service from Google, but you can get a $5 digital ocean box for up to 200,000 unique visitors. Let's actually visit McBroken and see what that looks like. Here we are, little window into which ice cream machines are down in the United States. Is the McDonald's ice cream machine broken? Currently, almost 10% of McDonald's in the US have broken ice cream machines. 10%! That's 1 in 10 McDonald's you go into, you have a chance of not getting that delicious McFlurry. Instead, you gotta settle for some apple pie. That ain't good enough. We gotta know if that ice cream machine is up or not. Looks like in Crescent City, oh, that's cool. You hover over it and it actually has a big red flashing sign over at Crescent City, California, or maybe that's Oregon. I think it's California. Northern California is down. Yeah, Lincoln City over in Oregon. This is hilarious. Currently, the city with the most downed ice cream machines is 27%. Almost 1 in 3 McDonald's in San Diego have a broken ice cream machine, which is terrible because that's where the good weather is, and that's where people are probably still eating them McFlurries, man. I love it. That's super fun. Let's head over back to Portugal, though. You can check that out, McBroken.com. I actually wonder how that website wasn't taken already. How did Rashik even get that domain? How is McBroken not taken? That sounds like something that would have been reserved back in like 2005 for somebody who just had it out for McDonald's. I'm surprised that he got that domain. That's actually, I think, the most impressive part of that project is the fact that that domain was available. Good job, Rashik. That's super fun. So McBroken.com, check it out so you can never go ice creamless again at McDonald's. Got a new window that I just opened up here. Elwood's window over in Clinton, USA. I have no idea where Clinton is, but it looks like it might be either the northeast or the northwest, just based on the trees that I'm seeing and the overall greenery. Could also be the Midwest, but I'm feeling northeast vibes from this for some reason. This red house here, there's a big red house with legit chimney, like a legit old school chimney sticking out the side there in the forest setting here. Looks like a quaint little place. Almost looks like a barn with it having the red paneling on the side like that. So that's Clinton, USA. Just in time to tell us about the Better Than Scoville scale. Chili-shaped device can rate pepper hotness. If you aren't familiar with the Scoville scale, it is how hot a hot pepper is. It's measured in Scoville units. So like a jalapeno is like 1,035 Scovilles or something like that. So now there's some sort of chili-shaped device that can actually rate how hot a pepper is. It says there are several methods for measuring how much capsaicin, the compound responsible for how hot a chili is inside a pepper. So when you measure something on the Scoville scale, you're technically measuring how much capsaicin is within the pepper. And a team of scientists from the Prince of Songkla University in Thailand have developed a portable sensor device that can connect to a smartphone to show how much capsaicin is inside a chili pepper sample. It is shaped like a red hot chili pepper, and a picture of the sensor is available in the article. We clearly need to click on that and find out what this sensor looks like. What does this look like? Ars Technica, how hot is this chili pepper out of Thailand? This special, whatchamacallit, pepper-shaped device. Let's see here. Oh, dude, it's literally shaped like a pepper. Like when you imagine it, it looks like a cartoon version of a plastic pepper that plugs into the charging port on your phone. Must come with a companion app, and then it looks like you rub a sample on a pepper, and then you plug it in to the chili pepper device attached to the bottom of your phone. Interesting. What a thing. What a really niche product. But congratulations to the Songkla University in Thailand for such a ridiculous invention. However, now, if you are a fan of hot peppers, but you don't want it to be too hot, this is something that you could use to find out the perfect pepper for you. So you can go to the store and you can pick up that pepper. You can be a little Peter Piper, pick the pickled damn it. You could be a little Peter Piper and pick a peck of pickled peppers, or just some paprika peppers. That's what we call peppers here in Germany, paprikas. I don't know if that's on the market, if it's something you can buy, but you can look it up. It's a chili-shaped device out of the Songkla University in Thailand. Thanks for the update on that one, Clinton, USA. Not really what I expected to get from Clinton, USA, but a fun update nonetheless. And next we got Green Valley, Arizona. As a former Arizona native, lived in Phoenix for almost 10 years, I can tell you this looks like Arizona. You see backyards like this all over the place where there's a lot of rock yards. If you were in any other place besides Arizona, your backyard would be full of green, full of grass. You'd be able to go outside, run around, and play. But in Arizona, everything is brown and dusty and rocky. And so this is what you see. You see kind of, I guess, rock garden designs or Zen gardens with some trees that still grow in the desert. So there is some green here, some succulents. You can see some really big succulents actually. One cactus in the neighbor's yard, and then way off in the distance you can see the mountains. And that is one really nice thing about Arizona, is that you are surrounded by mountains. Especially in Phoenix, you're in the valley of between two mountains. You got Camelback Mountain and you got Superstition Mountain. Beautiful place, can be absolutely gorgeous. Even though it is very hot, it is so pretty in Arizona. Let's see here, another story. The Central Bank of the Bahamas launches landmark sand dollar. no intention of reading about sand dollars because we're in Phoenix, but there's a lot of sand in Phoenix. So the Bahamas launched the landmark sand dollar digital currency. Oh, so it seems like the Bahamas are going to get in some blockchain trouble here. The Central Bank of the Bahamas has launched the sand dollar, a digital version of the Bahamian dollar. The central bank digital currency was designed to create more inclusive access to regulated payments and other financial services. China and the US and the European Union are also looking at launching their own CBDCs. CBDs? Yeah, man, getting relaxed on that CBD, bro. No, CBDCs, the central bank digital currencies. Funds will be accessible via a mobile app in the Bahamas and secured with multi-factor authentication. The sand dollar is backed 1-to-1 to the Bahamian dollar. Really cool. Bahamas, very future forward. I wonder who helped them set that up and what sort of economic zone they made possible with the sand dollar. I also like the clever use of sand dollar, as we have that word in English, at least in America. You can find sand dollars on the beach, which are just special types of shells. So I like the fact that they kind of threw that sand dollar reference there. And it's very interesting that the central bank is getting into the digital currency business in the Bahamas. And I saw no mention of blockchain technology, but just multi-factor authentication, and that it is backed 1-to-1 by the Bahamian dollar. Or Bahamian dollar from Bahamas, not Bohemian, Bahamian. Super interesting. If you're taking a trip to the Bahamas, pick up a sand dollar and let me know if you do. I think that's really neat. Yep. What else do we got here? Let me grab another newsletter here before we get another window, just because this is such a nice, calm looking window, and it's so beautiful, like the absolute clearest blue sky you can see. Very typical of Arizona. We got something that seems video game and movie related here. How Riot used tech from The Mandalorian to build world's astonishing mixed reality stage. If you don't know, Riot Games, which I think is what they're talking about here, is a game company responsible for the massively successful League of Legends, and The Mandalorian is a Star Wars spin-off that is on Disney Plus, with season 2 premiering in just a couple days here on October 30th. But let's read what exactly Riot did. As the pandemic goes on, events such as the annual League of Legends World Championship have to find creative ways to bring the show to the audience. This year, Worlds featured a set made entirely of LED screens that displays visuals at 32K resolution at 60 frames per second. They can transform the stage into a fantasy world. There are several videos in this article that show the technology and explain how everything was made. Let's check it out. I'm not entirely sure what they mean by a massive set made up of LED screens. It sounds like you're almost just surrounded by LED screens in some place. So here we have this picture. I don't know if this is concept art or if this is reality, but it looks like somebody standing on a huge stage, and then you can see massive LED panels behind them, I guess creating a world that they are then inside of. And I believe, oh my god, what is this website? What is this website? Look how poorly this loaded. Okay, here's a normal looking website. Pictures are loading. What do we got here? Come on, I want to see this. Okay, so here we can see a little version of this. So there's people standing in there. There's a bunch of LED screens totally around them, I guess creating a virtual world. And then also you can kind of imagine these are the players here, because this is a esports thing. So you got the players here in the front, and the panels behind them can switch based on which characters they are, or if they've been eliminated, then perhaps the color can change. So they created kind of a virtual set for them to be on instead of using green screen, so you can actually just see it live instead of just on the stream. People there can actually see it as well. I think that's kind of the big news here, is that people can see this live instead of on just the stream, on just the post, the edit. So this is, oh, okay, this is really cool. So the stage itself is actually LEDs. I'm playing a video now if you're just listening to audio, but there's a video here that's playing, and it seems like, yeah, they somehow created this virtual world, and this girl was walking on LED panels, and it looked like there were rocks coming up to her so that she could step on them, and that there was just like, not lava below here, but like a pit below here, where these rocks were coming up from. That was really cool. And now she's, standing in the middle of the stage, and there's just all sorts of effects going on around her. And I don't know if this is... I mean, there's definitely augmented stuff here on this particular opening, because there looks like she has glowing effects around her. I don't know how exactly they would just be doing that with the screens, because it's also in front of her. So I don't know how that would happen unless there's like... Unless there's whatchamacallit, like a clear screen in front of her. But otherwise, yeah, it looks like she's standing in the middle of something, of a virtual world, and this is live happening all at once. There's no green screen. So if you're in the audience in person, you could also see that. I think it's really cool, and they must have used that tech on the set of Mandalorian in some way to create the world, so that the actors could actually see where they were at instead of just being on a flat green screen or blue screen set, which is very common for these types of big CG-heavy productions. Super interesting. Back to Arizona, though. Let's enjoy that view one more time, taking the fresh desert air. Feels warm in the lungs. Let's see where we're going to go next. Mumbai, India. Wow. This is a great window finally out of India, and it really shows how Mumbai, I've had a chance to visit, kind of feels almost like it is in the jungle a little bit in parts of it. And this really gives you that impression. So you can see off in the distance, you got the green mountains and then just amazing greenery all over the city. And it also causes it to be very humid in India. So it can be in Mumbai, it can be very humid. And this building actually is super nice. I'm guessing that this is actually a little bit of the southern part of Mumbai towards the Bay Area, because it looks very clean and very nice. The part that I was at, a little bit more in the north, was not quite this nice. There was a lot of construction going on. Yeah, this is actually beautiful. This is a beautiful window. Love it. I love it. Let's bring up another story here. What do we got now? Facebook unveils free-to-play cloud gaming service. Another gaming story. Facebook Gaming has launched in beta for a limited group of people. What is Facebook Gaming? The service will launch with 5 games, including Game Lost Asphalt 9 Legends. What the heck is that? And out of Facebook's 2.7 billion monthly active users, more than 700 million users play games, with around 350 million playing Facebook's instant games. Facebook Gaming claims that it isn't aiming to compete with other services, but it only wants to connect developers to customers in an efficient way without having to leave Facebook. The platform is currently available on the iOS. Now, I haven't played a Facebook game since like the Farmville era, when you would get these requests from people. I don't even know if anyone watching this remembers that, but you used to get like so many gaming requests on Facebook games. I'm very curious how the platform has evolved. I have no idea what Facebook Gaming is all about. It sounds like it's a streaming, I don't know, free-to-play cloud service, I guess. Gameloft is known for more mobile-type games. Asphalt 9 Legends must be something about racing, I'm guessing. It's pretty incredible, though. I mean, Facebook has 2.7 billion monthly active users. That's incredible. And almost a billion of those people play games. Like, the audience there is that's bigger than most platforms. I don't think Sony has 700 million PlayStation sold. I think they had 500 million PlayStation 4s sold, though I'm not 100% sure on that. So their reach is absolutely incredible. I don't like Facebook games. I don't like mobile games too much like that, but yeah, that's really cool. So if you want to check it out, you're still on Facebook, which I encourage you not to be. Facebook Gaming is a free-to-play service. Another one here, we got Samsung and Stanford make a 10,000 PPI display that could lead to, quote, flawless VR. That sounds fun. I don't know what 10,000 pixels per inch, I think, maybe? Samsung and Stanford have developed OLED technology that supports resolutions up to 10,000 pixels per inch. Yep. The screens use films to emit white light between reflective layers, which allows specific colors to resonate through the pixels. This results in a high pixel density without affecting its brightness. The new OLED screens would be ideal for VR and AR, creating an image without the screen door effect commonly seen in current displays. I'm not sure what the screen door effect is, but I think what it means is that the pixels aren't tight enough together, and so there's little spaces between it, so it looks like you're looking through a screen because you can see like little black lines in between the screens. But that's incredible. I wonder what it's like to experience a 10,000 ppi screen, and I wonder how small they can make it. So just because they've made a 10,000 ppi display doesn't mean they can fit it into an AR glasses, or I guess a VR headset is what I meant to say there. Although, why would they not be able to? If they made a display, they can probably make it that small, right? I think. I'm not really sure. I don't know how that works, but 10,000 pixels per inch sounds pretty packed. I don't know. I was trying to go through some alliteration and I failed there. That's fine though. Water on the moon. NASA confirms water molecules on our neighbor's sunny surface. Not service. The moon surface. NASA, that's going to be actually soon because they're putting 4G on the moon. You got moon service. NASA has confirmed the presence of water on the moon's sunlit surface. This breakthrough suggests that there are likely water distributed across more parts of the lunar surface than previously thought. It is still unknown whether there is enough water to be used as a resource. NASA's Stratospheric Observatory for Infrared Astronomy, a modified Boeing 747, made the discovery using a special infrared camera. Did they actually fly something to the moon then? It sounds like a modified Boeing 747. That's an airplane, so it sounds like they flew something to the moon to observe this. The next step in this research is to determine how much of the water formed and why it persists despite the moon's very thin atmosphere. And more importantly, is there any viruses or bacteria living in that? Because that is life on the moon, which means that there are aliens, I guess. If it's on the moon, do we consider it aliens? I think so, right? Because it's off planet, visiting our planet. Not really sure how that works, but there's water on the moon. So if you get thirsty, looking for your 5G service on the moon or 4G service, whatever it is, you can find a puddle and lap up that moon juice. I should say moon water. It's moon water. That moon water. All right, we'll leave India behind. This is incredible. Grab one more window here and then call it a day. We got Harlem, New York on a rainy day. You can see this window having water drip down it. This seems like something that you would see in a Daredevil movie or even like a Batman movie. What a very noir window here. This is really cool. I like this view just because it's so, I don't know, it's different than anything I've seen on any of the other windows so far. It's also nighttime, so the buildings are lit up. This is pretty cool. Enjoyed for a second. Thanks, Corey. So that's been today's Joe Show, window wandering, kind of thinking out loud, reading what's going out there in the world. Hope you found something interesting, learned about OLED screens, learned about McDonald's and their broken machines, learned about water on the moon. Good variety of cool stuff going out there. If you like my content, hit that subscribe button and mash that bell to get a notification every time I upload a new video on Wednesdays. This is our show. If you got an idea for a show or just want to say hi, you can send something to hijoeshow@gmail.com. Tell a friend about me, share me on social media, and until next time, wander somewhere cool because I love you.